All right, welcome here to what is now beautiful East Fremantle for the Day 2 action. And we've got the girls on the field at the moment. They're just about to get started, so we will get straight out to the field as Hannah Brown, who is the head referee for this game, gets the girls underway. Indy Williams in the middle there for South Australia. And the game is ready to go. So Indy Williams gets the first draw, centre draw, but good little check out. Balls to be won here on the ground. And we've got a whistle there. So we've got a whistle. SA will start with we'll get the ball here. Now these two teams obviously coming off some really good games yesterday. SA played Waikato and they were 25-2 winners as the ball just plenty of pressure being shown by Victoria here. And Victoria played WA. And Victoria were victors, 18-11. So there we go. First shot of the game. And Lauren McMahon putting that one away with a great little feed inside. And Victoria hit the board very, very quickly in this game and go 1-0 through McMahon. So a really quick start to the game. Victoria in their defence have been outstanding so far in that first minute. A lot of pressure being shown and not much of a chance there from Taisha Skuse to be able to get much on that. And Victoria out of the box very quickly as we see Indy back in there against Stannis. And Indy won the first one, got the ball in her stick, but just didn't manage to hold it. So they'll be looking to get this one back for Victoria after a really quick goal in the first minute. So umpires for today are our head umpire is Hannah Brown. We've got Amy Basil, Zeph Williams, and Nicole McKenna is the bench manager. As a little bit slippery under the surface here. We've had a fair bit of rain, and that ball will come off. Oh, I thought that ball came off of South Australia there, but deemed to come off Victoria, and the right decision has been made. Definitely ball coming off a South Australian stick out there. So overnight we've had plenty of rain here in WA, but and this morning here we had plenty of showers, and our little commentary box is certainly taped up. Thanks to Coles for the cling wrap that we've got going at the moment. It's looking fantastic here. But the sun is outshining at the moment as it comes around the corner. Bang, there's another one for Victoria. 2 on the board. Meg Bowen with that one, driving herself around the right-hand side. Just beat her opponent, and Victoria out to a 2-0 lead in what is a very crucial game for this women's draw, with Victoria coming off that win against WA and SA coming off the win against Waikato. And the winner of this game going straight into the National Championship final here. As we see the two combatants there, Stannis and Williams lining up again in the centre. South Australia not having been able to get the ball in their forward half as yet. But the game is young, and Victoria really have come out of the box hard here. As Zephyr Williams blows the ball, and there we go. Indy Williams just throwing the ball away. Again, got the ball in her stick. I think the coaches will be looking for probably a little bit more patience with that. As we see a big drive coming down here. Plenty of contact there. And we see Georgia Latch, one of the Australian under-19 girls, in action here. And we've got a few of them in this game. So Georgia Latch coming into the game. She kicks it around there to Bonnie Yu, another one of the Australian under-19 girls. And drives around again, looks the bottom corner, just dropped the handle. Ground ball to be won here. Bonnie Yu picks up the ball, kicks it up the top. Good, lots of pressure. We've got a flag down here. So the ball will be taken up the top here from one of the Victorian vice-captains, Alana Hibbard. And Alana looking to put another score on the board here and take Victoria out to a 3-0 lead in what has been a very dominant start for the Victorian team. Oh, looks the bottom side, misses Bonnie Yu as we've got a push there. So Indy Williams will come out, and Stannis, and they look like they've got a battle going on all day today, those two. As we see Stannis with the ball, kicks it over the back. Great save there from, that's been a tip-in. What a great little, that ball has just bounced up off a great save from Tysha Skuse. And that ball has literally just bounced up into the stick. And Meg Bowen, I think, with her second there. Didn't actually catch who that was, but it looked like Meg Bowen with the rebound there and just managed to pop it back in. And as we have a timeout called here by South Australia, and probably a really good timeout for the Reds there, in the fact that they're 3-0 down early in this quarter, and they haven't actually been able to get any offensive structure here at the moment. So they're going to have to dig deep here. The coach is obviously having a few words as South Australia just going through their timeout here. And you can see Adam Cunningham there. So the coaches for these girls teams for South Australia, we've got Adam Cunningham, Olivia Parker, Melissa Williams, and the team manager is Tara Gurin. And for Victoria, we have the head coach, Cliff Jennings, assistant coach, Elise Hussey, and the team manager, Wendy Jennings, as the girls come back out on the ground. And we have about to restart here. And let's see whether that timeout has done anything here to South Australia, as we see Georgia Latch going into the middle against Eloise Rowe. So just changing up the centre draws here to see if we can get a little bit more, while Indy Williams won a good couple there. So Eloise Rowe gets the ball out. Ball to be won here. Ball's up the top. Good stick there. So that'll be a South Australian ball. Oh, just trying for the quick whistle there, Kelly McDonald. So Kelly McDonald with the ball here. As Bonnie Yu was, as Hannah Brown just goes about her work, tells the girls, and Kelly McDonald running the ball out of defence here. Bonnie Yu with lots of pressure, and Georgia Latch as well, putting immense pressure on two Australian players, obviously working very hard, but Kelly McDonald takes the ball really quickly, using that quick restart, kicks it down there to Jess Morrison. And Jess just working the ball around, and South Australia have an offense. She needs someone to come out to her here as Jess Morrison just gets space behind. No one comes to her. Jess Morrison pops someone over the top, and there's the first one for South Australia. Jess Morrison just dragging her player out to the side. And one-on-one, there was no slide coming from the defence there. And Jess Morrison just being able to go all the way to the cage and get that one back for South Australia. So a well-called timeout from South Australia there, working a treat. And South Australia are on the board there. And great work there from Kelly McDonald in the back field here to actually get that ball. She was chased down by Georgia Latch and Bonnie Yu, who had great pace. You could see they're obviously the Australian program working a treat with those two because they were fierce in their attack on McDonald. But South Australia managing to get their first one. And we see, again, Eloise Rowe back in the centre. A whistle blow. They'll have a reface there. And Claudia Inkster for Victoria coming into the centre draw. So Rowe against Inkster. As we see Indy Williams just trying to create a bit of against Hibbard here. And Indy Williams just stepping in the circle there before that ball had been snapped. As we see Inkster bringing the ball down. Eloise Rowe all over her. Good check. Oh, unlucky there. Good defence. But Claudia Inkster with the ball here. Eloise Rowe must come out the back. And Taisha Skuse looking. She's got Kelly McDonald on the inside there. To the left of Inkster is Hibbard. And down the back there we've got McMahon just waiting for the ball. Just getting settled. Hang on. We've got a whistle here. So Hannah Brown has said the whole time there. The referee, umpire's just working out the proceedings here. Eloise Rowe was quick to snap on that one from behind. But it'll be a restart here. And Inkster will have the ball. Looks inside. Nothing there. Kicks it over there to Stringer. Stringer kicks it up to Bonnie Yu. Bonnie Yu liking what she has in front of her. Going about her work. Good double there from... we've got a flag here, though. And that will be on Williams. So Bonnie Yu with the ball. And Kelly McDonald just looking to cut that off here. As Taisha Skuse, good crash there from the Reds. Bonnie Yu just looking, assessing her options, kicks it up to Stringer. Stringer here kicking it up to Inkster. Inkster back to Yu. We've got a push here. Lots of whistles early in this game, just slowing the game up a little bit. Inkster kicking it down the bottom there to McMahon. McMahon drives inside, beats her man. But good defence there. Ground ball to be won here. Hannah Goff picks up the ball, and she's got pace to burn, but really good defensive check there as steps inside. Stringer steps inside and causes a lot of players to come to her, and Stringer winning the ball there. Really good defensive check out on the outer side there from Stringer. Crashes, looks, nothing on there, so kicks it around to Yu. Yu just assessing what's around here. Kicks it up to McMahon, who kicks it over to Bowen. Bowen to Inkster. Inkster back to Bowen. So I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Who kicks it down there. Bonnie Yu now just assessing. There's obviously some structures they've tried to single out here. Kelly McMahon and Bonnie Yu. And good crash there from South Australia. But Bonnie Yu going about her work. And there will be another flag here. So Bonnie Yu, very stop-start in this first couple of minutes of this game. There's about 3 minutes 50 to go in the first quarter. We see Victoria leading 3-1. And Bonnie Yu setting up. And I've always said really unfair on the goalie this is. And Bonnie Yu, class act, just puts that one to the left-hand side of Taisha Skuse. And Victoria, after doing a lot of work in their offensive set there, sees Bonnie Yu get her first of the game. And Victoria go out to a 4-1 lead here in the first quarter of this game. So yesterday, obviously Victoria coming up against WA. Victoria won 18-11. So Maddie Copeland for WA ended up with 6 goals and in an MVP effort for WA. So we're looking forward to seeing Maddie in the game after. And obviously Eloise Rowe with 7 goals, 2 assists for SA. Indy Williams with 6 and 1. And Jess Morrison with 4 and 2 against Waikato. So in a very dominant performance. But Victoria certainly leading the charge here at the moment at 4-1. And South Australia looking to get a ground ball here. Picked up, but plenty of pressure being shown there as a push is called. And the quick whistle goes. And we see Eloise Rowe going about her work. Looks up top. Looks inside. Indy Williams with a great pirouette there. And Eloise Rowe just fighting Indy Williams. Indy Williams with a bit of a spin move. And puts it up the top of the Victorian keeper there in Indiana Smith. And nearly got a big piece of it. But Indy Williams gets her first of the game. And we have a 4-2 game here. And you can see on the replay there, that quick restart from Eloise Rowe certainly made the defence have to check a few things behind them. And Indy Williams is always one that will be lurking for a goal or two. So back in the middle here, Eloise Rowe doing a great job She was against Georgia Latch there. And the ball has been picked up by Stannis. Stannis under immense pressure there from Abby Thorne. Abby Thorne just goes long. Oh, nearly a big pick off there. But we've got Meg Bowen with the ball. Bonnie Yu about to pick the ball up again. Bonnie's done a lot of work here. She is in the Australian side, and you can see why. She has immense pace to burn when she gets the ball in her stick. Georgia Latch just saying, look, let's just calm it down here a bit. Let's get some structured offense. Get the ball around and work something good. As the ball gets kicked around there to McMahon. McMahon up to Stannis. Stannis going about her work there. Nothing on. Kicks it down the bottom there to Hibbard. Hibbard assessing her options. She has Williams on her. Kicks the ball up there to McMahon, who kicks it to Yu. Yu looking to drag her defender, Eloise Rowe, out to the side there. Bonnie Yu slipped over, and a ball to be won, and a great ground ball won there by Eloise Rowe. She will bring it back into offense for South Australia, but there's immense pressure going on here, and a really good check there from behind Georgia Latch. She is on fire with that defensive efforts at the moment. Of Victoria moving the ball down quickly. Yu kicking it down here to Bowen. Bowen looks inside, and there we go. Just kicking it over to Bowen, kicking it over to Hibbard. And Hibbard, with her first of the game, has put one away. And we see Victoria go out to a 5-2 lead here in what is not many. You can see that great ball movement by kicking over the top there. Sorry, I believe that was Stannis who had the assist there. So apologies for my verbal dyslexia there. But Stannis looking inside, and Stannis finding Hibbard, and Hibbard gets one away. And we're thinking there's about 30 seconds to a minute to go in this first quarter. And Victoria out to a bit of a lead here early in the game at 5-2. As we see Williams back in the centre there against Zoe Stannis. And Zoe Stannis doing a great job. Pressure being put on. Kicks the ball down. Great ball movement by the Victorian girls. As we see McMahon drives through. Finds Georgia Latch. But a whistle called here. And McMahon will take the ball for Victoria. Steps inside. No pressure. Kelly McDonald coming in, some pressure there. Plenty of pressure from McDonald. But it is deemed to be illegal. So Kelly McDonald just asking the question as of why. And McDonald will have to come out behind. And Skuse really probably needs a big save here. Would go no end for the... kicks it over there to Latch. Latch under immense pressure again. But there is a lot of flags, and the South Australian girls are asking why. But good defence by South Australia. And as we see, Georgia Latch, who hasn't found the scoreboard yet, but she will line up. Skuse got a great angle of this one here from the commentary. So Latch v Skuse. And they would have seen plenty of each other at Australian under-19 trainings. Kicks it over the top. Ball just dropped. Oh, good pick up. There's nothing there. There was a high hit there on the head of the South Australian girl. As we see there, Taylor Voisey just hitting the deck. There will be there was a big body given, and it's I believe the shoulder has just got Voisey in the head, and we hope Taylor Voisey's all right there. But she certainly wore the brunt of that one on what is a very, very aggressive game here. She has literally just taken the full brunt of a shoulder there from one of the Victorian girls. No malice in that, but certainly all going for the ball and going really hard. So we've got Taylor Voisey just getting to her feet here. The coach is out there with her, and she seems like she's okay. She's just a bit shaken. So Taylor Voisey just being assisted by the coaches, and she looks like she has just just warm the crowd. Warm applause here for the Taylor Voisey, who's just coming off the field. Obviously a bit shaken, just not stirred. And she will just have a sit to recover. South Australia will end up with the ball here, I believe. The call was that there was an illegal body or a push there. So the ball will start with South Australia. As Voisey just getting to the bench there, being consoled by her coaches. And she's just sitting down, so all looks fairly okay for Taylor Voisey for all those back home. And the girls are getting around her, so she looks like she's just a little shaken there, but smiling on the bench, so she'll be okay, in good hands over there. South Australia with a restart here. Has the ball. And there we go. Abby Thorne bringing the ball out. Abby Thorne with immense pace, just stepping inside. There's Stannis putting pressure on, flag down, kicks it over the other side. Big save there from the Victorian keeper. One-on-one there with Millie Wilkin, and Millie Wilkin going high to high as we see the first quarter come to an end there. And what a big save for Victoria from their keeper, Indiana Smith, in the closing seconds of that quarter, just keeping South Australia to 2 goals for the quarter. We see Victoria at 5, South Australia 2, in what has been a very, very good, intense game here at the start of this game 2 for the women. And the winner of this game going through to the championship final here at East Fremantle. And we have not seen South Australia win a title since 2014, so they will certainly be looking at the next couple of quarters to shutting down that Victorian offence. And South Australia only winning one national championship at this level in the last 15 years since 2003. Whereas Victoria have, they're obviously the current title holders of the Under-18 Championships from last year in South Australia. And they have actually won the title 9 times since 2003. So they hold the ascendancy here in what is the past history. But history is always there to be rewritten. And we're going to see what South Australia bring out in this second term to be able to bring this game back to an even kill. Goal scorers for that quarter. For Victoria, we had Lauren McMahon. As we see the replays here on cue, and thanks to Scotty Gill, what a great job he does. So we see there, that was Alana Hibbard in that last one, getting the ball there from Zoe Stannis down the bottom, just a great pass. And this was Georgia Latch, and Georgia Latch just burning down the field, looked inside, and found Lauren McMahon for her first of the game. As we see Latch just going about her work up the top here as well. No, sorry, this was the one that came on the bottom corner. We just missed the camera angle on that one, but that was a really good goal there. And that was Meg Bowen for her first. Look the other side, Georgia Latch putting that one. No, that was the one-hander, which was... We might have got that one wrong. That was Latch who put that one-hander in, so Latch will take that off of Meg Bowen and give that one back to Georgia Latch. That was her first of the game. As we're back here live for the second quarter of the 2018 ALA Women's National Championships, brought to you live and free from the Australian Lacrosse Network for all your free lacrosse in Australia. And if you like what you're seeing, share us on Facebook as Georgia Latch just gets past Indy Williams there. Georgia Latch doing a power of work at the moment as Indy Williams won. But, good save there from Tysha Skuse. Ball flies back into a Victorian stick, though. And McMahon picking up the ball there. Kicks it out now to Hibbard. Hibbard kicking it up to Bonnie Yu, who's also done a power of work. Good, another good big save there from Tysha Skuse. That is her second in 2 shots. As we see South Australia running the ball out through the stick of Hannah Goff. But plenty of pressure being shown by the Victorian defence and not allowing that to come out. As we see Hannah Goff kick it over to Eloise Rowe. Eloise Rowe's got Indy Williams up the field. She's also got players. They've got numbers here, South Australia, if they can move the ball on. Eloise Rowe just trying to do a bit of sidestep. Runs into a lot of trouble there. Kicks it over to Abby Thorne. Abby Thorne kicking it to Jess Morrison. goal scorer from the first quarter for South Australia. Indy Williams just losing the handle of the ball. Great defence there from Victoria. And it will become a Victorian ball here. Certainly getting the rub of the green with the umpires here at the moment. But when you put the pressure that they have on South Australia, you will earn those. As we see the ball being run out here for Victoria. And that was Isabella Murphy who kicks it over here to Bowen. Who kicks it down the back to McMahon. McMahon just assessing her options. Kicking it up there to Hibbard. Hibbard back to McMahon. Just trying to work. Bonnieu with a great cut inside. Ground ball to be won here again. South Australia, McMahon doing a power of work in the defence there. Wins the ball. What a fantastic job she did there in the defence. McMahon's been really good down in that defensive end. Sorry, McDonald. McMahon has been doing a great job for Victoria in the offensive end. But Kelly McDonald there kicks it up to Jess Morrison. Jess Morrison with a break here. She's got Georgia Latch chasing her down. And Georgia Latch just putting a little bit of pressure. The quick whistle will go. Looks inside. Kicks it to Eloise Rowe. Kicks it over. And there we go. Bang. There's another one for South Australia. And Indy Williams just popping that one top side off of the keeper. And Indy Williams will put her name in the scoreboard again. And South Australia, as we see here, Georgia Latch just incurring, but the quick whistle came across. Eloise Rowe finding Indy Williams. And we're back to a 5-3 scoreline. And a couple of massive saves there from Taisha Skuse in the goal has snuffed out a bit of a Victorian offensive thwart there. And now South Australia on the back of that through some great work through Kelly McDonald has found South Australia able to put another one on, bring the score back to 2. And certainly it is a fantastic game, this first game here on Field 1. And we see just starting to get a little bit of an errant pass there from Williams after winning the centre. She's been doing well in the centre, Williams. But we have Victoria with the ball. Hibbard running down. Good pressure again from Williams. But that'll be deemed to be illegal. And Alana Hibbard will line up with the ball. She has Bonnieu to her left. Sorry, Bonnieu to her right. Georgia Latch to her left. Looks to Latch. Latch steps inside. Good crash down there. Sitting on the bottom corner. And bang, there's another one for Victoria. And Bown has her second for the game. And just pops that one up the top of Taisha Skuse. And not much you can do as a keeper. As we see some really good ball movement here from Victoria. Ball kicked down to Latch. Looks down, Bound puts top side and puts it offside, top corner. And a fantastic goal there from Bound, who gets her second of the game. And Victoria just getting that one back that South Australia managed to put on the board. And back to a 6-3 game here between Victoria and South Australia. Again, the winner of this game will go through to the National Championships here at the beautiful East Fremantle Lacrosse Club. And coming up later, we have WA against Waikato. So looking forward to that game as well. And as the weather just holds out here at the East Fremantle Lacrosse Club, a few grey clouds coming across. But there's plenty of wind around. And Eddie Williams doing a great job in the centre. She's won another one. It's her passing just off of that a couple of times when she's had the ball has been the thing. And found Jess Morrison down the back there. But a great job from Indy Williams. And Morrison just found this one-on-one matchup before. And just kicking the ball up there to Casson. And the ball has been picked out by Victoria. And Sarah Davey with the ball running down the outside. Sarah Davey with a big pick-off there from Victoria. Going all the way under immense pressure there from Casson. Casson looks down to the last goal scorer in Bound, who kicks the ball up there to Stringer. Stringer looking to go against the defender. Bound just popping again on that bottom right-hand corner. Kicks it up to Latch. Latch and Yu talking to each other up the top here. Yu with the ball. Kicks it back over to Latch. Kicks the ball down there to Walker, who kicks it out to Hibbard. Just creating space. Hibbard looks down. Latch, big cut down the side. Ground ball to be won again. And we've got Victoria winning the ball back there. So Latch will take the ball here. Kicks it up to Yu. They work well in unison. Who kicks it through the middle. Great save there again from Skuse. From a shot from Isabella Murphy. And Skuse, that's 3 big saves for this quarter. She's had 4 shots on her for 3 big saves. And doing her work in the cage for South Australia. Finds the outlet as we see some real pace being shown out the side there. Just missing the pass. And that was Fenton Ma with the great pace down the outside. But South Australia will retain the ball here. So Fenton Ma really showing some massive pace. Cuts inside there. Good inside look. Just with a roll. Good defence there from Victoria. Doesn't gain, but Abby Thorne gaining the penalty here. As we will see Bonnie Yu just step out the back. And this will give South Australia an opportunity to put another shot on the Victorian keeper, Indiana Smith, who came up big in that last couple of seconds of that quarter. And again, comes up big there. Fenton Ma with the ball. As the ball, South Australia again going about their work. Ball being kicked up the top. We see Kelly McDonald in the offense now for South Australia, who kicks it over to Abby Thorne. Abby Thorne just trying to clear some space on this right-hand side. She likes what she sees. Victoria are well open to that. They've sent the double early. They were well open to what was happening down there. Kicking it down there to Jess Morrison. And Morrison just assessing her options. South Australia would love to get another one on the board here, but Bonnie Yu is like the tiger out there. She's just looking at her prey. Kicks it inside. Good pick off there from Cassandra White. And White gives it to the keeper in Smith. And Smith looking and gives it over here to Stringer. And Stringer's bringing the ball out. Kicks it down to Bound. She has done a massive amount of work in the offensive end for Victoria in this first half. Bound looking over the other side. That pass is just going to come off the stick. And that ball's going to go out of bounds. But we have a whistle here. We have a whistle here from Hannah Brown. Let's just see what she's calling. Okay, she's saying there was an offside. So Victoria with the loose ball will keep the ball. So Victoria will get the ball back here. And she'll have to go right back out to the corner there. Lucky break there for Victoria. After the pass was inherent and just ended up going out. As Walker just kicks the ball up here, who kicked Hibbard, who kicks it back to Walker. Walker kicking it to Bound, who kicks it back up to Hibbard. Latch just trying to present up here. They're just trying to work out the processes. Good defence here from South Australia. Bonnie Yu just steps out. She has Indy Williams on her. 2 Australian under-19 players going head-to-head. Kicks it over to Latch. Latch against Hannah Goff, who are both, again, Australian under-19 representatives in the Australian team. A good defence there from Hannah Goff. Just dispossessing the ball. There's going to be a push there called. And as Latch just takes that quick restart, kicks it up the top. Indy Williams well in position there. Great defence from the South Australian. But another whistle here from the umpire has seen Victoria going to have another shot up the top here with a free ball. So Alicia Walker with the ball in her stick. South Australia have been crashing really well. Taisha Skuse, obviously 3 saves out of her last 4 shots. Needs another one here. Taisha Skuse on cue. There's another one. 4 saves from 5 shots this quarter. And there we go. There's a push from Bonnie Yu on Penelope Casson. And Casson will take the ball here. And she'll be looking for open. She's got Morrison down the field. And Casson with the ball. So quick whistle being shown. Quick whistle not being shown. So the players should actually end up behind her because those Victorian players were all behind her when that happened. So anyway, ball kicks over here. Kicks it to Abby Thorne. Abby Thorne looking down. South Australia would like to keep some offense down here. And there we go. Kicks it over to Jess Morrison. Morrison assessing her options. Just running the ball down in the back corner. She doesn't mind the one-on-ones here. Jess Morrison looks around, looks up the top. Finds Penelope Casson. Casson back to Morrison. Casson just cutting through, creating some space here. Morrison bursting down the middle. Looks inside. Big save again from the Victorian keeper. Keepers are on fire here today. Both keepers doing an outstanding job. Indiana Smith with that big save. Sees Victoria with the ball after a bit of a ground ball scuffle. But both keepers doing exceptionally well. That's the second big save this quarter for Indiana Smith. And both keepers doing a great job for their respective teams. Looks outside. There's a ball that's to be won out there. 2-on-1. Indy Williams. Great intercept. Looks inside. Steps inside. And Indy Williams goes all the way herself. So, and we're going to see a card here as well. So we'll see a Victorian player sent to the box for a 2-minute penalty. And that will be Isabella Murphy, who just came over the top and popped the bubble, shall we say, of Indy Williams. And Indy Williams with another goal for the game. That is her first of this quarter. And we see South Australia just eke one back to a 6-4 deficit now. 2 minutes to go in this second quarter. And it has been an outstanding quarter for women's lacrosse. And we'll see, because that penalty was within the goal, we'll see South Australia start with the goal scorer in Indy Williams. Start with the ball. And if South Australia could get another quick one here and bring the margin back to 1 goal, I think going into a halftime break, that would be exactly what the South Australian coaches would be looking for. So ball kicking down, looks up the top. Ball just dropped there. South Australia just looking at their options. Kicks it in. Williams under immense pressure again. And she is fighting very hard for her South Australian team. Just wears a little bit of contact there. And we'll see Indy Williams. Can she put her 4th of the game away late in this second term? So Indy Williams lining up. She's got Bonnie Yu on her right-hand side. Stannis on her left. As just getting set. Indy Williams, bang, there's another one. And Indy Williams is putting on a show here in the second quarter. That's her fourth goal of the game. And she is doing an outstanding job for South Australia. And unfortunately, Indiana Smith not being able to get down to that one as we see the replay here. So Indy Williams just putting it down, bottom side, left-hand side of the keeper. And that is a shot that is very difficult to stop for goalkeepers. And South Australia back to a 6-5 deficit, really close to half-time here. As we see the centre draw here being set by Amy Basil. Stannis against Rowe there. And ball won by Rowe. Rowe bringing the ball down. Looks inside. Bang, big shot. Rowe taking the ball. And in the blink of an eye, we see South Australia back to a 6-all game. And what a fantastic game this is turning out to be. And Eloise Rowe, with her first of the game, has taken that one from the centre. You see the replay here, just steps inside. Doesn't give the defense an opportunity to get back on her right-hand side and pops that one down. And with about a minute and a half to go in this second term, we see South Australia level it up at 6 goals each after Victoria were out to a big lead early in the second quarter. And a really crucial really crucial ground ball to be, centre draw to be won. We see South Australia again picking the ball up. Looks down the bottom corner. So we see Taylor Magnan just with the ball. Taylor assessing her options. She's got Sarah Davey working hard on her. Kicks it up to the goal scorer, Eloise Rowe, and the last goal scorer. Looks again. And we've got a whistle here. And that will be half-time, that whistle. And what an outstanding game here by South Australia and Victoria. It is 6-all at half-time. And might just go through the goal scorers for that quarter. We had Meg Bowen with her 1 goal, and that was the only goal for Victoria in that quarter. And for South Australia, we had Indy Williams with a couple, and Eloise Rowe with 1 late there to tie it up at 6-all. And after Victoria out to a 5-3 lead at quarter time, we see a 3-goal-to-1 second quarter. And it is 6-all here at half-time in the big championship playoff game, so to speak. The winner of this will go through to this 2019 ALA National Championship. And 6-all is probably where the game is good. As I said, Victoria coming out with immense pressure early, but South Australia just starting to get on top with their skills through the centre. And they have been very, very good in those centre draws. And Innie Williams and Eloise Rowe doing a great job in there, as has Stannis for Victoria. And Inkster obviously went in there, and she certainly created a presence when she was in there. So it is 6-all here at half-time in this first women's game. And we are just going to go and have a quick break. We will be back very shortly to the second half of this wonderful first women's game, brought to you live on the Australian Lacrosse Network. And welcome back into the second half. What we seem to be, hopefully, a fantastic second half of your live ALN Lacrosse here at the Under-18 Championships as we see that battle continue between Williams and Stannis as we get blown around a bit here. But Latch picks up the ball for Victoria. Big push there. And she will... And she will draw a card as we see Kelly McDonald going to the bench for her first yellow card of the day. So South Australia will play man down for the first time in this game. And Victoria will look to capitalise on that, kicking it up to Latch, kicks it up to you. Just working it around here, working it out, Stannis. Kicks it down to Bone. Looks up the top, you. And that is a great save again there from Taisha Skuse, who had plenty of heat on that one, Bonnie you. And Taisha Skuse kicks it over here to Hannah Goff. And Hannah Goff under immense pressure and big push there from Latch. So Hannah Goff bringing it out for South Australia. They are a man down at the moment. And she is under immense pressure from Bown, who kicks it up to Morrison. And there will be some double teaming here from Victoria. She kicks it down the bottom, kicks it back to Morrison. Morrison kicking it up to Indy Williams, just trying to make them work really hard here. Kicks it over there to Abby Thorne. Abby Thorne has Bonnie Yu on her, just steps inside. Good work there, Taylor Mangan with the ball now. She has Zoe Ellen Stannis all over her. But this could open up here for South Australia. Looks inside. Williams, bang, and there's one against the Tide in a man-down situation. And South Australia with the first goal of this third term. They will kick proceedings off. And it was Williams again with her fifth of the game. But great work there coming around the back from Taylor Mangan, as you can see here. Taylor Mangan, she looked like the Pied Piper there. She had three people chasing her, and there had to be open players, and that open players happened up the top, and Indy Williams gets her fifth of the game. And South Australia out to a 7-6 lead early in this third term. So Williams against Latch in the middle, and Latch having a big battle. Great ball there. And we're going to see a card here from Latch, and that one's just come across the face there of Hannah Goff. Hannah Goff looking to really put some pressure on this Victorian team now. Kicks it in the middle to Eloise Rowe. Eloise Rowe pushes the ball down to Kelly McDonald, who's just come off her penalty. Kelly McDonald looking to go to the cage. There's a push there, so this will be held up. Kelly McDonald will end up with the ball back again. And Mangan just waiting down the side there. Mangan with the ball at the moment. It should come back to McDonald. And Cassandra White airing of the umpire there. Looks inside. Indy Williams, why wouldn't you give it to her? She's got 5 out of 7. Good look inside. Taylor Mangan picks the ball up. And the goalkeeper coming out there. So the goalkeeper will have to come out, and this is something you don't see very often in women's lacrosse. Taylor Mangan with the ball, the goalkeeper having to come out the back behind her because she drew the penalty. There is an open cage for South Australia. It's going to take one step shoot, and Taylor Mangan just dropping the hands. What an opportunity for South Australia there with an open net. But no damage done there for Victoria. And South Australia will keep the ball as they had the back up. So South Australia out the back there with the ball. Mangan with the ball again. Steps inside. Just under immense pressure there, Darcy Beckett. So Darcy Beckett just getting a push there from Murphy. And Beckett kicking the ball up. She kicks it to Rowe. Rowe to Mangan. Mangan to McDonald. McDonald kicks it down the bottom there. Back to Williams. She's got Bonnie Yu guarding her. Looks at the top. Into McDonald. McDonald, bang! Puts that one down in the bottom corner. And South Australia, in the blink of an eyelid, are out to a 2-goal lead in this crucial game between Victoria and South Australia, where the winner will find themselves in the National Championship final. And you can see here, great ball movement from South Australia. Williams just kicking it down, finding the inside player there in McDonald. And McDonald with her first of the game and first of this quarter. And South Australia out to an 8-6 lead. So Victoria will be looking to get back and put some pressure on. Obviously, they were in a man-down situation at that point, as that penalty has now been released. And Victoria will certainly want to be getting out of the middle here. So we've got Williams against Latch. And Williams again doing a great job, but Latch is really giving her pressure. Taylor Mangan, great presentation there to come up and help her teammate in Williams. Mangan just going about her work there. She's got Murphy all over her, as Murphy was before and has been all day with her defence. Kicks it over there to Millie Wilkin. Millie Wilkin has some speed when she can get the ball. So we see Eloise Rowe just assessing what's going on here. She likes that right-hand side drive, puts that one across the face, and Victoria with the backup there should get the ball back. But really good drive there from Eloise Rowe. Just putting it to the left-hand side of the keeper. And we see Cassandra White doing a great job in backing that ball up. Ball to be sent out here. Lauren McMahon, she's got some pace, but Kelly McDonald is with her all the way, pushing her down the side. Kicks it down to Bound. Bound just said, let's settle it down a bit. And that ball is good pressure there from Eloise Rowe. Great pressure for Eloise Rowe. She has managed to turn that ball over here. And Eloise Rowe certainly doing a great job here. Oh, that's one on the shoulder. Might have missed that one. Kicks it down to Williams. Williams kicks it inside here to Abby Thorne. Abby Thorne steps through one. And good defence, good crash there from the Victorian defence. Girls doing a great job there. If they move the ball quickly there, there's an opportunity for Wilkin on this side. Morrison with the ball. Kicks it up to Wilkin. Wilkin has Williams just sitting up the top, and South Australia just again looking to control this tempo of this offence. Latch against Rowe. Rowe kicking it down there. She's kicked it to Mangan. Wilkin cuts through. Morrison, Wilkin just working off each other. Opening up here for Mangan. If Mangan can get round top side of this defender, kicks the ball up the top. Nothing there. And we've got free space here from the Victorians. And we will see Abby Thorne lining up. Another goal here for South Australia would bring the lead out to 3. And that would be a big feat from where they started. Looks inside. Oh, good little check there. That was a great bit of defence from Murphy. Just as she went to shoot, popped the ball up. And we see Indiana Smith with the ball in her stick. And Indiana Smith looking to clear this ball now, the goalkeeper. So really important clear here for Victoria, as we see from down the back. Bound running from all the way down from behind the goal line extended to get up to try and help her goalkeeper. And we see Bonnie Yu working out on the side here against Eloise Rowe. Eloise just not letting her go, as we see the ball being kicked up there. Could be a turnover here if Mangan can get the ball. Ball to be won on the ground. Great knockdown there from Williams. And we're going to see a South Australian ball as she's just... pointing the wrong way. Sorry, that is a Victorian ball. Zeph Williams just pointing the wrong way there. Got me mixed up. So Latch with the ball now. Steps around her opponents, assessing what she has in front of her. Latch has done a power of work in this in the first part of this game. As Williams just good pressure. Great check there from Indy Williams. But deemed to be not consistent with the rules of women's lacrosse. And that will end up with a Victorian ball, and Indy Williams will have to sit out the back here as Latch throws the ball up. Latch looking like she's tired. She's done a power of work. Bonnie, who's been go, go, go all game, just ducks the head. Nothing there from the umpire. Was looking for something. As we step inside. Oh, good check there from Eloise Rowe. Just asking why. Got a big piece of the stick there of Claudia Inkster, who was coming around the side. And Inkster will find herself very open and Skuse again. Four big saves from 5 shots in the last part of that quarter. And not this time as Inkster finds the measure and gets one back for Victoria. And we're back to a 7-8 game as Inkster gets her first of the game. And first for Victoria in this quarter. Taisha Skuse there setting up. Inkster with plenty of space to work in. Just baited high, went low, and that one's just snuck in by the right-hand pipe. And with 4 minutes to go in this third term, we see Victoria 7, South Australia 8. And just working out the centres here. Georgia Latch was going towards it, but Zoe Ellen Stannis says, no, I've got this one. She will be against Indy Williams, who's been doing a fantastic job through the centre. And Stannis will want to win this one if Victoria can get this ball. But there we go. Williams has been dominant in that centre draws. And Williams is stepping down the side. Bonnie Yu just comes to her. Both Australian under-19 players. Eloise Rowe steps up. Ball to be moved on. Kicks it out there to Penelope Casson. Ball, fortunately, rolls out the back here, but Eloise Rowe will take the ball, and she will have an opportunity to get that one back. And Indiana Smith could come up big here, but no. And there's another one for Eloise Rowe, and Eloise Rowe just extends that margin to 2 again. And that's the cruelest thing in lacrosse is watching players get lined up with one-on-one with the goalie. And goalies, you say at the best of times, when they're one-on-one, go 1 at 10. But great bounce shot there from Eloise Rowe. And you can see on the replay there, just very happy with the work that she's doing. That's her second for the game. As we're back in the centre here, Indy Williams, who's been doing a power of work there for South Australia. Can't quite pick up who is in the centre. It might be Bonnie Yu. Yep, Bonnie Yu in the centre, but again, she has been dominant in there, Indy Williams. And and there we go. Eloise Rowe just steps her player. Nothing there. And we will see Victoria pick up the ball. Isabella Murphy drawing down the field, looking for her players to come to her. South Australia being able to get back into some positions. And Ellen Stannis, just running straight into a South Australian opponent who kicks it out to Latch here. She's got 2 guarding, so she'll kick the ball down there to Stringer. Stringer kicking it on to Walker. No, Walker says, I faked that. I have to kick it up. Stannis with the ball. It's going to be a loose ball push here. No, it's deemed that that was a penalty. And off to the box shall go, and that is Abby Thorne. So that's her first yellow card of today. Deemed to be a little bit rough there. As we see Stannis with the ball. Hasn't found herself on the scoreboard today. And Taisha Skuse looking at this one. Oh, bang! Big shot there from Stannis. Put that one top shelf. Plenty of heat on it, and she meant that one. As Victoria get another one back. And what a great game this is here at the East Fremantle Lacrosse Club. You can see here another one from one of these stop plays. Stannis steps in, bang, just drops it. Had plenty of power on that shot and gets her Victorian team back within 1 of South Australia. But they'll need to win the ball out of the centre here as Latch steps in against Williams. And Williams has been dominant. So back to a centre draw. Really important centre draw here with about 2 minutes to go in this third term. Williams has been absolutely dominant in this centre draw as she goes about her work again. But that time Latch able to just knock the ball down. Williams just running down the side. We've got an advantage here. And big save there again. Massive save from Tysha Skuse. Ball to be won. There's the goal scorer, the last goal scorer in Zoe Ellen Stannis. Just picking the ball up. Got cutters coming through. Bonnie Yu just settling it down a little up the top here. Kicks it over to Walker. But great interception there from Williams. Williams is having a great game. Picks the ball up here. This is Taylor Voicey who's back on the ground. She obviously from that knock looks it back to Skuse. Skuse looks up. Good knock down there. And Skuse running the ball out. She's under immense pressure from her Victorian defenders. Taylor Voicey just doing the work. Kicks it over now. Ball again just being dropped. Good work from by Bonnie Yu. She was under immense pressure from Hannah Goff. Looked up the top. That ball is over the top. Bound just in the right place at the right time. And she will look to settle this down for Victoria and look to get another score on the board just before the three-quarter time. And that ball will go out. And South Australia looking to pick the ball up down the back corner. But Georgia Latch was well aware of her surroundings, saw the player coming and just ended up grabbing the ball as we see Stringer kick it down here to Bound. Bound looks up the top and there is another push as we see Stannis just hitting the deck there. She's coming up just a little bit sore as she reattaches her gear. Very, very intense game in the defense here by both teams when people are driving towards the cage. And you can tell it absolutely means a lot to both of these teams. And this is the same spot that Stannis saw herself last time. Will she go top shelf again? No, that one's missed the ball, and that should be a South Australian ball. No, Georgia Latch deemed to be closer. As the ball just trickles down the hill. And if it does go over the back here, it ends up in the lovely Swan River with a massive drop-off down the back. Bound with the ball, kicks it up the top. And that is the end of the term, which stuck up on us. I didn't see the clock come out in the field there from Nicole McKenna. But what a fantastic quarter of lacrosse. And we have a 9-8 game here with 1 quarter to play in the first game of this women's live ALN to you. And what a great game it has been to be able to bring you. Still 1 quarter to go, and it's still anybody's game. And we have plenty of people on the live stream at the moment. So if you like what we're doing, send us a shout out. If you don't like what we're doing, share it so someone else can like what we're doing. I don't think anyone won't like what we're doing, but there is nothing better than bringing live lacrosse to everyone around the country and around the world. We have a lot of overseas visitors who are watching this, and there may even be some under-19 coaches who are watching from around the world, seeing some of these girls in action for their national state teams. And what a great quarter there from South Australia. They just snuck over the line there with a 3-2 quarter. Goal scorers for that quarter. Yep. As we see some replays here, we'll go through these. And this was Stannis. This was the first one. Top shelf, just bang. Didn't quite see that goal, but I could tell you that was sizzling top shelf. As Stannis gets her first of the game. Replay again here. You can see Stannis just drawing, and that one again top shelf. The ball moved quicker than our camera was able to. That's how quick that shot went. And we see the teams here just getting their last-minute instructions. So Claudia Inkster got on the board that quarter for Victoria, as well as Zoe Ellen Stannis. This was the one that came down the bottom here, looked up the top. Indy Williams just drawing. And we had Kelly McDonald stepping down into space for her first goal of that quarter. We also had Eloise Rowe and Indy Williams with her 5th of the game. And this was the save in the last one, I believe. No, that was the first quarter, sorry. That was Inkster's goal. So back to some live action here. 1 quarter to go, 15 minutes to decide who's going through to this 2019 National Championship. Loser will have to come up and worry about the WA game, but whoever wins this one is through and will play in a National Championship final for 2019. As we see Williams up against you in the middle, and can Williams continue her dominance of this centre draw? And she flicks that one out, straight out to her compatriot in Abby Thorne. Abby Thorne racing down the side here. Looks inside. No options on. Kicks it round to Mangan. Mangan looking up the top. She finds Rowe. Rowe to Morrison. Morrison, you can see Williams just saying, look, let's just assess what we've got here. Calm it down. Go about our work. Stannis just guarding Morrison. Morrison losing the handle of the ball, but that one's deemed to come across the hip of Morrison. And we'll see Morrison line up from the top here. And a goal here for South Australia to bring it out to a 2-goal lead would be just what the coaches would have asked for in this the 3-quarter time huddle. So Morrison steps in. Not a goal, nothing there. Eloise Rowe just faking the shot. Kicks it back up to Morrison. Looks down the bottom. Mangan was open on the bottom corner there. Kicks it around. Looks inside. Good check there, but that's also deemed to come across. No yellow card there, as we have been seen shown in a few of those incidents. But Darcy Beckett with the ball here. So she has Indy Williams up the top. Just kicks it down the bottom. Play the safe game. Kicks it around to Mangan. Mangan drives around the corner. Looks up here to Eloise Rowe. Steps inside. Nothing there. Good crash from Victoria. Eloise Rowe. Bang. Straight into the stick there of Indiana Smith. She was all over that, waiting for that one. And Victoria will have a chance to get into an offensive set here. And can they get the deficit back? Looking for a good outlet here. Ball to be won. Great outlet there from the keeper. Found her. And we just came across illegally there. So Shaylee Stringer doing a great job. Moves the ball on very quickly. That may not be a great ball, as that quick restart has not worked for Victoria. As we see Hannah Goff pick up the ball. And if it comes back the other way, she'll want to have that one back. But Jess Morrison gets it getting past her defender. Steps inside. Jess Morrison goes bang. And there's the one for South Australia. And just working off an error from the Victorians down this end. The quick restart was there, definitely on, had the player there. But Jess Morrison just changing to her left, just drawing her defender, gets inside, and Jess Morrison, bang, puts another one away. And she has her second of the game. And better than that for South Australia, as the coaching staff will be thinking, there is a 2-goal buffer. So it was an unfortunate here for Stringer. She had a teammate down low, open. Just the pass missed the player and rolled out and was able to be picked up. And Hannah Goff doing a great job defensively there, running it out to get South Australia an opportunity to score. As we see Stringer there against Williams. So they're trying everything at the moment. And we have So Hannah Brown has seen something, and Bonnie Yu able to do a quick restart. Looks over to Latch. Latch steps inside. Skuse is waiting for a shot to come, but great defense, and that ball just trickling out of the stick down there. Kicks it over to Bound. Bound up to Stringer. Stringer's just dropped the handle of the ball. Ball to be won here. It will be deemed to be a flag there by Indy Williams, just catching the stick, I believe, of Stringer, who was looking to go to goal. And will reset out, but not in that much trouble out there. Kicks it down there to White. White looking for her teammates. Bonnie Yu is up here screaming for the ball. Looks inside, kicks it to Stannis. Stannis on Eloise Rowe. Eloise Rowe just looking the top, and there's going to be another stop play here as Eloise Rowe has been deemed to come across. And we'll see Stannis again with the ball. This is her third opportunity in as many. She's got one, and good defence there from South Australia, just getting a stick in the way. Ball to be won here. Eloise Rowe picks up the ball, kicks it forward to Morrison. Morrison loses the handle of it. Still ground ball to be won. Ball is put out the side. Mangan picks up the ball. Oh, trip there. Two girls go down. So just an incidental contact there from both players. Victorian girl just looking a little like she's just going to go to the bench and have a bit of a look. So Cassandra White, we hope that she is okay there. But looks like she's running to the bench, and the coaching staff will just have a quick look at her. She's just sitting down. Might have just got one across the stomach there when she landed with the stick. So the coaching staff are looking at her. She's just sitting down, but seems to be okay out there. And Cassandra White, we hope she is okay coming in as we have a break here. And we have a ball being tossed in. Kelly McDonald winning that one. Stepping down. She has Victorians down. We've got a push there. So South Australia with the ascendancy here. Really good defence to get a stick in the lane of that shot down on the Victorian offensive end. And Kelly McDonald almost being able to walk in. Good save there again. Goalie coming up big. Smith. Big foot save. Kicks it out to the side. Kicks it up to Rowe. Rowe kicks it over to Morrison. Kicks it to Williams. Williams liking what she sees. Just stepping inside. Steps down. Indy Williams. Bang. That one's off the ting, ting, ting. That has hit a post. That one's not gone in, but a great shot. Kicks it to Rowe again. South Australia with the back up here. Eloise Rowe steps down the side. Good save again from the Victorian keeper, Smith. Doing a fantastic job for her team, Smith. And we see a push there with a quick restart. Looks inside. Steps inside. Nothing there. Still working, still working, still working. Kicks it up here. She's got Morrison up the top. Morrison can go left or right. Morrison steps down inside. Steps, bang. Another big save from the Victorian keeper and Smith. That is 3 in a row. She is not letting this game get away from her. And doing a fantastic job there. Smith in the cage for Victoria. As the ball is coming up here. Oh, nearly a big interception there. Bound. She's been working really hard to get down, but under immense pressure from those red shirts. Turnover here. Looks inside. Manga, the ball's just hit the deck. Needs to win a ground ball. And we're going to have a Victorian ball here. Deemed to be wrong there from South Australia. As comes out. And that is Emma Davey. Emma Davey working down, kicks it over to Stringer. Stringer working down the ground. Stringer still working down the ground, steps inside. Bang, Stringer goes coast to coast. She has stepped past an immense amount of defenders there. And Stringer puts that one up the top shelf of Tasha Skuse and gets one back for Victoria. Just goes through one there, you can see on the replay. Steps inside. Defense just lets her get past. That's 2. And bang, top shelf there on the offside stick of Skuse. And Stringer is on the board for her first goal of the game. But more importantly, it draws the game back to within 1 goal here. And how big have those saves been by the keeper of Victoria, Indiana Smith? Those last 3 shots all went low, all stopped low. And will that be a telling point in this game as the game continues to unfold? So we have Stannis back in the middle here against Williams. Williams again. She has absolutely been dominant in that centre draw position. Kicks it over here to Rowe. Every time the Victoria have seen to get out to 2 scores, they get 1. Oh, she's got free space as she just pops that one on her left hand, top side. But no goal. Deemed to be in free space there. So Eloise Rowe will have another opportunity. And Brown and Smith looking to be big here again. Bang. Oh, hip save. Good save again from Smith. She is certainly there for her team at the moment, the Victorian keeper, who kicks it inside to Stannis. Stannis kicking it over. The ball to be run. There's a ground ball to be won here. Big ground ball to be won. South Australia, Victoria. There we go. McDonald winning the tip. Puts it back in the sticks of South Australia. Bowen stepped inside defensively. Kelly McDonald, bang, goes another one. And they're out to another 2-goal lead here. And great fighting by all women involved there on this ground ball contest. But Kelly McDonald, there was a ground ball to be won out this side. Kelly McDonald just stepped inside her defensive opponent there and bound, as we see Victoria call a timeout. And South Australia, in the hands of McDonald there, just get out to another 2-goal lead and just keeping that one step in front every time Victoria seems to get that one back. South Australia seemed to answer, and then that was in the hands of McDonald. And McDonald has her second for the game. We are 9-11 here in this last term. And we're looking forward to an interesting finish of the game. Not sure on the exact time we have left in this game, but our clock does say 8:51 on the clock. But we are sitting the other side, and with the weather, we haven't been able to get a time check as we did yesterday, because we were sitting right behind the scorers, so it was really easy. I could look over their shoulder and just see exactly how much time is left in the game. But there's 8 minutes or less, I'd say. So the Reds, 2 goals in front here as the sun is belting down at East Fremantle, although the Fremantle doctor is blowing a gale. So with sun comes wind. There's a few clouds coming over the back, but I think most of the weather that we've had in the morning showers here is probably going to dissipate for the rest of the day, and we look forward to some really, really good weather for the rest of today. And can anyone stop the freight train? That is Indy Williams in the centre. They have had no answers for Williams in the centre today, and she has been dominant. She's probably about 80% at the moment, and Stannis has been the one that has caused her the most grief. So Stannis lining up against her in there. Williams, Stannis, and there we go. South Australia, ground ball to be won again. Williams just flicked out of her stick. Pressure being put on Stringer there. Stannis with the ball. Really good defence here from South Australia to get back in front of her, and that was Abby Thorne. Worked immensely hard. Came from about 10 metres behind any other player to get back in front of her to stop that offensive foray. And Abby Thorne doing a great job for her team just to stop Stannis's attack at the goal as Latch picks the ball up down the back. South Australia will be looking for a big stop here to keep this 2-goal lead as Latch inside rolls. Skuse runs in, and Skuse, big stick save. That is a big save in the contest of this game. Ground ball to be won here. Brokenshire has the ball in her stick. Needs to find an opponent. There we go. Eloise Rowe presents. Kicks down, just steps past Murphy. Eloise Rowe with her player behind her, pushing hard on her. And Eloise Rowe just bringing the ball out to the side. And we will have a push there. So Eloise Rowe doing this quick restart. Oh, the umpire was not in correct position there, so she will come back. We've got McDonald on the outside here, Williams on her left. And Eloise Rowe just taking some time out of the game by the look of it. She has on her Murphy. Eloise Rowe stepping around the side. Another goal here from South Australia would be huge. Steps down McDonald. She got the last one. Nothing there this time, just pulling it out. But under great pressure there from the Victorian defenders. But up to the challenge, McDonald. And McDonald kicks it down to Indy Williams. Indy Williams above her has Millie Wilkin on the right-hand side. We see a flag here. And the clock is 100% correct right now. So there's 4 minutes 22 to go in this last quarter of the women's game. Winner of this will go through to the National Championship in 2019. As we see step inside there, nothing on. As South Australia just controlling the ball, controlling the clock almost. And Indy Williams has done a power of work for her South Australian Reds team today. Been outstanding. Steps up the top, steps down. A goal here would be interesting, and there it is. Abby Thorne, maybe that might be the game winner. That puts it out to a 3-goal game in the way of South Australia. And Abby Thorne just finding room on the right-hand side. And she gets her first of the game, and probably one of the most important of the tournament for them. And that gets them out to a 3-goal lead here. And South Australia looking like they are about to book their ticket to the 2019 Championship Final, which then becomes a massive game between WA and Victoria in the coming days to see who will come up against. So we have here again Williams up against Stannis. 3 minutes 39 to go in this final term. Said last time South Australia won a championship was in 2014. They've only won one in the last 15 years. And there we go again. Williams. It's the Williams show in the centre. Kicks it out to Rowe. They're just working with each other at the moment. Williams picking the ball up. Rowe giving it back to Williams. We've got a push there, so Williams will take the ball. She'll take a quick restart here, no doubt. Williams looking at her options. Her option is Rowe up the top. This is where the goal came from last time. She has Stringer on her at the moment. Stringer pushing inside. Oh, that's over the top. Nothing there. Puts it down. There is a flag there. So it will be, no. Goal saved. As the ball is out with the goalie here. So we just had that confirmed too, that SA not guaranteed to go through depending on the game tomorrow with WA and SA, given the goal difference. But they've certainly put their best foot forward here, South Australia. And that then becomes a really interesting game, doesn't it, between South Australia and Western Australia tomorrow to see where it goes. But South Australia just working the clock down here. Great defense out there by Stringer. She hasn't given up yet. So we've got to push. Quick restart. Kicks it down here to Latch. Latch, no. They're not going to allow that. And the ball will come back up here to Stringer. Latch was wide open on this left-hand side. If she was allowed to go, she certainly would have been one-on-one with Skuse. As Stringer steps in, she's gone one-on-one before, kicks it down to Yu. Yu not giving it up, Latch to the top. Oh, another big save there from Taisha Skuse. Skuse has been huge in this game, as has her counterpart down the other end, Indiana Smith. Both goalies standing up massively for their teams. As Skuse just has the ball out the back. We have 1:19 to go in the fourth term here. And ball to be put up here. Kicks it up. An inherent ball. Latch picks up the ball. Has Hannah Goff all over her. Kicks it down the bottom and bang. That's another one for Victoria. And Stringer on the bottom corner, just getting her team back in this contest. There's still a minute left and anything can happen in sport. Latch with a great job out of this outer side. Saw Stringer on the bottom corner. And Stringer managing to put that one away. And very happy she was with that. That was her second of this quarter. And she's certainly not given up the fight for her Victorian teammates. Stringer, we back to a 12-10 game. They need to stop Williams in the centre. They need one out of the centre here, Victoria. And sport's a funny thing. Just when you think you're in front, sometimes you can run momentum shifts. And is that going to be a momentum shift with Stringer and Latch working really hard on that clear to get that goal back? As we see Stannis here against Williams. Really important centre draw for both teams. South Australia holding a 2-goal lead at the moment. So, yeah, apologies thinking that the winner of this would have gone through, but that is correct. If Victoria had won this game, they would have gone straight through. But given the fact there was a 7-goal deficit between WA and SA, it will come down to the goal difference for tomorrow's game. So that turns out to be a cracking game. And we look forward to seeing what happens in that particular game tomorrow. But right now, we've got a minute left of this one. Can Victoria get another one back and get back to a centre restart? Williams, not going to happen. Williams has been absolutely dominant in that face-off. And just eking the time out. They know there's not much time left. Clock is on the field, so that tells me there's less than 30 seconds. Eloise Rowe with the ball here. Just working hard. Working hard. Is there another shot in here? Left hand. Nope, the ball has just dropped. But she's going to have a free shot. Clock is on the field. Clock is stopped. There must be less than 10 seconds to go in this one. So Eloise Rowe. Can she put another one just to give that goal advantage for tomorrow? Looks down the bottom. Mangan, bang. Mangan puts one away. And there we go. South Australia will run out winners in this one. Taylor Mangan with her first of the game. And South Australia out to a 13-10 lead. And I suppose we should start talking about MVPs. For South Australia, there have been some really good people. I mean, Indy Williams with 5 goals and just about one every centre. The keeper down there, Taisha Skuse, has been massive for South Australia. Eloise Rowe doing a power of work. So has Hannah Goff, Abby Thorne. Look, you can go through the list. And much like the Victorian team as well, Lauren McMahon doing a great job early. Indiana Smith standing up big time for Victoria. We had Isabella Murphy playing some really good defence. Bonnie Yu, Stannis, Stringer and Latch have been outstanding for Victoria. Ball to be won here. And there we go. Game over. South Australia run out winners in this first game of the live feed to you from the Australian Lacrosse Network. Very happy with their work, the South Australian Reds. But Victorians, hold your head up. That was a fantastic game of lacrosse. And if that's what we've got in store for the rest of the week as far as the women's draw goes, we are very excited to be able to bring this to you on the Australian Lacrosse Network live and free. So if you like that game, there is another one to be played later on today. Make sure you tune in to the Australian Lacrosse Network and watch Waikato versus WA in the second of our doubleheader here today, as the clouds just start to roll in and the blue sky's rolling behind it. So I'm very happy to be sitting where we are as the girls just go about their after game handshakes. And we will find the MVPs for you. We will try and get a mic over to the other side as they line up for these their respective, and I will go for a bit of a run. You haven't seen that done in a long time, but I'll get over there and have a bit of a run. So test. Test. Test.
So Tony's just going out for a walk.
As we see the MVP proceedings just being wrapped up there, and I can tell you, having run from over the other side there, as Jan Jackson just presents the trophy between the Victorian and South Australian teams to the respective captains of South Australia. Your MVPs for today on the Victorian side had a fantastic game. Co-captain Bonnie Yu was announced the MVP with special mention, obviously, to Indiana Smith over there, the keeper for Victoria. And on the South Australian side, as I catch my breath, the MVP was Kelly McDonald from South Australia. And she had an outstanding game defensively, but ended up with 2 goals and was pivotal in that last half. So Kelly McDonald named MVP for South Australia, and certainly puts in perspective tomorrow's game between South Australia and WA, and we certainly looking forward to bringing that to you as we wrap up proceedings here in this initial game of our doubleheader here live on the Australian Lacrosse Network, as Victoria and South Australia battling out in what was a fantastic game here on ground 1. And we see South Australia running out 13-10 victors. And we look forward to the rest of the proceedings for this week. If they are as good as we have seen in this game with the women's game, I am looking forward to bringing so much more women's lacrosse to you this week, because that was an outstanding game. Stay tuned later on, though. We have Waikato coming up against WA. That is a live feed. So if you like what you've seen, big shout-outs to the ALN. Get on, share it with your friends. The more people that see this great game of ours, the better. So until then, we will see you a bit later on in the day. It is out from me on the Australian Lacrosse Network.